Is this heaven?
No, it's a podcast. Welcome to the Field of Geeks podcast.
Hey, welcome to the show, everybody.
Episode 11.
Episode 11. We made it.
Woohoo! I'm Josh.
And I'm Al.
Mitch isn't with us tonight due to some scheduling conflicts, but we will be bringing you some more content very soon outside of this podcast alone. So
Right.
stay tuned.
Yeah.
But, we actually did want to mention that to start with for this episode. This Sunday, we're going to be doing Superman the movie commentary. We're going to have quite a few guests in the house here, but and because of that, we're going to actually do two movies that day. We're going to do Superman the movie. So far, it's me, Al, and my friend Billy, who's a huge Superman fan.
Yeah, and that's the original 1978 Richard Donner version.
Yes, indeed. And then we will follow that up with Superman 2, and I think we're going to have Mitch, Zach, and Steve, and possibly myself or Al on that one. Not quite sure yet, but basically
Yeah, and we'll release that one, part two, Superman Returns. That one will be
Superman 2.
Superman 2.
Yeah.
Is it
Returns is Brandon Routh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
That's right. Oh, duh. Yeah.
Hey, this title works.
Too
But
many,
it's not the
there's
same
too many.
movie.
There's too many Superman movies out there.
We'll get there someday.
Yeah. So yeah. Well,
Maybe. Or Man of Steel. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that one will get released later in the week. So we'll probably try and get the 1978 version commentary released on Sunday night or something like that, and or even Monday if we run out of time. But But then Mitch and Steve and Zach's commentary on the 2 will go up probably in the middle of the week, something like that. So
yeah, we kind of want to bridge it in a way from the first one. I don't know.
Well, just space them out just so that they each get, enough. People have enough time to listen to both if they want. Just
exactly.
So if we release both at the same time, then
it's an overload.
Yeah, it's just
too much super.
People are like, I'll just get around to it. Yeah. So each one can get its own attention.
Right.
So
yep. Absolutely.
Get its own shine.
Yeah. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, we want to make it all sound good for you and have good points and be funny. So we're gonna do our best, and hopefully you guys will like it. Also, more cover art will be coming for those. So. Yeah.
We are going to have cover art for 2?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, wow.
I think I'm gonna draw Steve and Zach into 2, and then whoever's on the cast for 2. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Just customize it. Yeah, it's kind of a special, commentary. I didn't do it for X-Men because of time restraints, but I've had time to work on at least the first Superman movie cover art. So, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I look forward to it. So it'd be fun. Be a nice challenge to draw some more.
So that's cool. So so we'll get that out on they'll be everywhere. They'll be on Podbean and iTunes, and then we'll release it on YouTube as well. So you guys will have multiple ways to listen to it. So that's coming up really soon. So hope you guys enjoy that. And I guess we can just move on to our next general news topics. We've got you and I just watched the Victor Frankenstein trailer, which is directed by, I'm going to butcher this name. It's either Paul McGuigan or Paul McGuigan, something like that. And it's written by Max Landis, who we've been talking about lately.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, who wrote Chronicle and who's been the writer on various other projects. He's a really talented guy, son of John Landis. And so we watched that trailer right before the show, and I'm not sure when that movie's coming out, but it stars Daniel Radcliffe as Igor and
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy as Dr. Frankenstein.
Yep.
Can you maybe you can give your thoughts on what you thought of the trailer? It seems
it's kind of a comedic turn in a way. It's kind of like Sherlock Holmes vibe to me. The Robert Downey Jr. movies.
Yeah, those are really anachronistic, where they have the characters are speaking in a really modern, hip way, and
they're recognizing the
Yeah, but it's kind of for a modern audience. It's not some like traditional, really stuffy.
Yeah, it's action packed. They're like running around and getting chased by looks like all the monsters they create. I mean, of course, you got Frankenstein, the monster, but
yeah, and I think we read on IMDb that there's like about 3 actors from those Sherlock Holmes movies that are
the movies or it's a show. It's a show, right? They're from. I think
it's the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so there's about 3 actors that are also in this one.
Yeah, the guy who plays Moriarty. What's his name? He's going to be in Spectre. It was one of the ones you named, but I don't know if we wrote it down. But anyway, if everyone watched Sherlock, you'll know the guy who plays Moriarty. He's a young guy.
Okay.
But yeah, he's going to be Inspector. But yeah, I guess he's in this movie too, as well as 2 other actors from the show. So yeah, it's got a lot of people that I will definitely recognize in it. And yeah, I mean, I think the cast is great. I really think it's story looks pretty good. It's action adventure. It brings more character to both, Victor Frankenstein and Igor, because Igor was just kind of like, he was just one of those deformed characters who just like flipped the switch practically and did the bad stuff, like go get the body and all that.
Yeah, and what we read on it, also from IMDb, is that the story is going to be told from Igor's perspective. So, which has never been done before.
I wonder if they'll be like on trial and he's like kind of, his dictation or whatever he's explaining. I wonder how that narrative would be introduced. You know what I mean? Like, would it be introduced or would it just come natural?
Or could probably it'll just be he'll just be the main character and he'll be the lead and
kind of like Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows. Watson narrated like the beginning, then it kind of ended with him narrating. So they could do it like that, I guess.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, this movie looks like they were being pursued by the cops and everybody. So yeah,
there's a lot of action. Yeah.
It's a nice new take. It's refreshing take on it, I think.
And it kind of has this dark, England, kind of cloudy kind of vibe to it, dark and mysterious kind of vibe to it.
And it's got that young Frankenstein throwback line where
they mispronounced the Frankenstein name.
Yeah, instead of him doing it, he actually corrected her and was like Frankenstein. Yeah. So yeah, I think I don't know. I think it'll be pretty good. I'm kind of nervous about the comedy,
Well, what we should be nervous about is it's 20th Century Fox that's producing it. So
yeah, well, hopefully they didn't. Yeah. As soon as sure, if they kept out of the Eddington Bay and all that stuff, I'm sure it's going to be okay.
You never know which execs and which producers have their hands in which movies they're at Fox. So
yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully it's not the Fantastic Four group.
Yeah, I think they've learned their lesson. At least some people are going to learn their lesson by losing their job. So
yeah, well, so keep putting out like major motion pictures that lose millions and millions of dollars. So you can't. That's not a recipe for success. So
I know it's like all that on the line. It's like we gotta just pull the trigger and holy crap, don't have any faith in our directors or anything.
Let your directors and writers do their jobs for one, and actors. So
looking from the looks of this movie and the kind of the buzz, I guess I'm not getting that vibe. They probably didn't touch this one at all. Who knows? I don't know if that director did before.
Yeah, but and I'm wondering what the budget is on this. Just
it looks
expensive. Yeah, it's a period piece, so those are always expensive. So.
I am getting nervous about the Frankenstein though. From what we saw, it looks like it's going to be a De Niro looking Frankenstein again, with just like he's bald and
we just saw a quick glimpse, but
it was quick.
It looked pretty ugly,
violent. Yeah. Face it, we'll never get the green Frankenstein back, at least for a, serious piece. You know what I mean? It's like, well, actually, you know what? He wasn't even green, I don't think, in the originals. I think that just
those are in black and white. But,
right. Yeah. So, yeah. That'll always be Frankenstein to me. So it's hard to, of course, you had the, Kenneth Branagh, was that his last name?
Yeah,
Branagh or whatever.
He directed Thor.
Yeah, well, he did that serious Frankenstein movie.
Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
I think he directed it too.
Yeah, with De Niro.
Yeah. So that was like the first. That kind of came off when they did the Bram Stoker's Dracula. How they were doing it kind of a serious take, and I think that was the follow up to it. Even though I don't think they were produced by the same people or anything, but.
So it's been quite a while. So they were like, let's do this again with it's going to be an even different spin. It's not going to be so serious. It looks like there's still going to be some scares and some, some action in it, but it looks like it's going to be more humorous take on it slightly. I don't know. It looks like it anyway.
I mean, I get that, but yeah, as long as it's not like Van Helsing, that really, that was a mess of a movie. I don't think it'll be that bad, but
that seems to be just the trend in Hollywood, though. Is just like, let's take an old property and hip it up and make it a little, add some levity to it, and
they probably examined the past. Like, okay, they've tried to do this seriously. We probably shouldn't do that because it didn't work. I don't think it was a big hit when they did it seriously.
Well, I think they were okay. It's just that they're like, well, what's a new way we can, and what's the trend right now? Well, we've got these, 21 and 22 Jump Streets, and we've got Baywatch remakes. And
let's put them there. Yeah.
Let's just add comedy to it. And
well, I have faith in Max Landis, though. He really is a great storyteller. I've heard him on a Nerdist interview. And he pitches stories all the time, and man, he's really good at it. It's really entertaining. Like, you want to see the movie he's talking about. So I think this is probably one of them. I don't know how much they used of his screenplay or not, because it looked like I think he partnered with other people on the screenplay. So hard to say.
Well, it looks like the only other story credit on IMDb was Mary Shelley, and that.
Oh yeah.
So so I think it looks like it's just him, but I don't know. You never know. They might not. That might not be up to date, but. But I know just from what Josh Trank said in various interviews that Landis added a lot to Chronicle when they were collaborating on it together. So something tells me the movie wouldn't have been quite what it was if without some of his additions. So we'll he's got a proven track. We were talking earlier. Kind of wish he would have worked on Fantastic Four.
Really.
But I don't know how much of a difference that would make. Honestly, I mean, it sounds like there's going to be. That was doomed from the start, but
yeah, that's just a mess. But
maybe he's lucky he wasn't involved on that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think this will be a good watch. I don't think it's gonna. I doubt it's gonna be too scary. It's probably just gonna be more humorous and which is fine.
So I'm not sure what the release date was. I didn't catch that.
I don't recall. I just know the trailer released this week, and I think there's some good buzz on it. So. Yeah, we'll let you know more we hear about it, I guess.
We'll talk about it as more comes out about it. So
kind of expect a Halloween release, like in October sometime.
That would make sense.
It would make sense. Who knows? But yeah, I'll probably check it out. I think I will.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it? I mean,
I thought it was okay. Yeah, it looked somewhat intriguing. I mean, it was just. I mean, there was just a lot of action in it and a lot of. I don't know. It looked like there could be some horror aspects to it. I don't know. It's hard to tell from that trailer because they took a lot of action highlights and a lot of like dramatic dialogue and some funny stuff and just slapped it together. There's not a lot I could really take away from it as far as how good or bad it's going to be, but I don't know. It looks intriguing anyway.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, Igor has morals in this one basically because before he just did what he was told, but. This Igor is like, you're gone mad. We got to stop. We can't keep doing this because I guess there's many experiments they do in the movie leading up to Frankenstein. So, he's got like a moral code to him. He's not just a disfigured. Well, I don't even know if he's disfigured in this.
Doesn't really look like
I don't think so.
Unless you want to consider Daniel Radcliffe with facial hair disfigured and longer hair in general. Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Oh, he's Harry, all right.
So we'll update you as more developments come through. So
yeah. So I guess we can move along. We've got had a couple deaths this past week that were somewhat notable, and Batman related.
Oh yes, definitely.
Coincidentally, the TV's Batgirl, Yvonne Craig, passed away at the age of 78 this week. Apparently she was an actress on the Batman in the 1960s version of Batman with Adam West and Burt Ward, and she'd also appeared in Star Trek, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and Fantasy Island, and she's best known for her work as obviously Barbara Gordon and Batgirl on the classic 1960s Batman TV series. And so I guess it sounds like she passed away at 78 this week after a battle with cancer. So. So yeah, so
it's a shame. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Cancer sucks.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
But so
yeah, she
had a lot of well, I think that there's a lot of like boys in the 60s who were like pretty taken with.
Oh
Batgirl,
my gosh, so. Yeah. Well, and I think the first season of Batman was very successful, critically acclaimed. Second season was kind of not so, I guess. And then so for the third one, they were like, we got to bring something in, to generate, audience, and so they brought Batgirl into the picture. And I remember I think that was probably the first Batgirl I ever saw, in my life, on screen, because they would rerun the old Batman movies or shows. And I remember getting excited when her Bat Cycle would come through the credits. It's like, holy crap, Batgirl's gonna be on the show, and yeah, I mean, I was too young to be like, oh, it's a girl. I don't know. I just was like, oh, it's cool. Another costume person.
Well, I think she and Julie Newmar, at least back in the 60s. Both of them together, they excited many a young adolescent boy.
Tune in. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, she, quite a talent and inspiration. I mean, I've been to a few conventions, and my first one I ever went to was C2E2 Chicago. I think it was back in 2013. There's a lot of Batgirls there dressed up, and a lot of them are very authentic looking, like the costumes
from the 60s or from the cartoon.
The costume from the 60s she wore, like the purple.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I actually got a picture of someone, and it was just great. I don't know how they got the fabric or whatever, but it looked identical.
Are you one of those guys going around the floor, like stalking the girls? Like, can I take my picture?
No,
with you?
Yeah, no. I just ask them if I can take their picture. I don't say, can I get in there with you? No, I don't do that. But yeah, I also wanted to show my little girls when I got home, like, hey, Batgirl was here and check this out.
That's cool.
It was cool. She wasn't there, unfortunately. Julie Newmar was, and Adam West canceled. Actually, I had a poster, and I was like, "Damn it, he canceled." But Burt Ward was there. That was kind of cool to see him in person. And yeah, she just, like those guys, they all inspired a lot of people to dress up and just love these characters.
You know why Adam West canceled? Or?
I think he was just feeling under the weather.
Oh,
yeah. Eventually, I got his autograph, but
he did.
It wasn't in person though. My cousin got it for me.
Oh, okay.
My cousin goes to all these conventions. So
did he write something on it? It's like, I'm sorry, young man.
That's good.
Batman sends his regards.
How about a hug?
No. A hug?
Don't touch me. Yeah. No. But he did like the poster that I picked out.
Oh, sweet.
He's like, oh, this just captured Batman.
Where'd you get the poster?
I think it off like poster.com, artposter.com or something like that. Yeah, it was a pretty cool poster.
So he personalized it to you though?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
To Josh.
Yeah, it's just to Josh. It wasn't like
to Josh. Adam.
My biggest fan. Yeah. But it would have been really cool to get her autograph. I bet she was really...
Was she like on the con circuit?
I don't know if she was actually, because I kind of came late into the con circuit, I
guess I never heard her name, and so, not that I pay like super close attention to that.
She show up here and there on like, special they do, actually that they released the Batman TV series on Blu-ray. I think it was early this year. She might have been on that, I imagine, for some, commentary or interviews or whatnot, but I'll have to ask my cousin. He's got that set. I'm going to get that eventually, but yeah. It sucks, because, when she was with us, I just didn't really think about, looking up things on her and, interviews and stuff. But now I'm really intrigued to know more about her. It sucks, but she lived a long life, and, she had fame, and, hopefully she had a good family and everything. But
that's the crazy thing is, like, the older I get, it's like 78 doesn't sound that old.
No, yeah.
It's like, man, it's not really that far away if you think about it. So
right.
Geez.
Yeah, well, yeah, cancer doesn't care what age you are.
That's true.
It'll just come get you, but man.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I know. A big loss to the, comic community, everywhere. So yeah, she will definitely be missed and never forgotten. That's for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of you never know, I guess the guy known as the Route 29 Batman passed away this week as well. I mean, Josh, you can probably talk about the details on that.
Yeah, very sad. Yeah, his car broke down, and he was just checking his engine. And I guess his car got hit by another car, and then that hit him, and that's what killed him. He's been going to hospitals since 2001, dressed as Batman. He's a pretty wealthy guy. I mean, back in 2012, he got pulled over by the police. He was driving a Lamborghini with a black Lamborghini with a Batman license plate, and so that's why he got pulled over, because they couldn't identify his car.
And that happened on Route 29 in Silver Spring, Maryland. Apparently.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. And
so that's why that video got known.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Did the police release that or something, or is that how it went viral?
I saw it on YouTube. I think anybody can get a hold of it, but it's pretty cool. Like the police they start out like saying like, we can't read this guy's plate. They're doing their job. They pull him over, and they're just intrigued because they're just they're making small talk with him, and they're like, because he's dressed as Batman driving this car.
Oh yeah,
and so they're like, does it take you long to get in that? And
I saw that he actually got out of the car and was like shaking their hands.
He had to get and he had to get his registration and all that. Yeah, and then
he had to get into the glove compartment. He had to get out of the car and go. And he's like bend over and get into the glove compartment. The cops are just standing there waiting.
Well, and because it was one car I think that pulled him over, so they probably radioed to their buddies like, "You're never gonna believe what we got here.
We got Batman." Well, I think I even heard on the audio they're like, "This guy dressed as Batman."
Then they go, "Can we get a picture?" And then it was a cool picture. Yeah, he was on his way to a hospital. He's really,
So it sounded like he didn't get a ticket or anything, at least from that video.
No, I don't think so. No, I think it was just mainly because of the plate or something. I don't know. But yeah, this guy was a true hero, going to hospitals.
When you see Batman in a Lamborghini or whatever it was, that's going to...
And that was just one of his cars. I guess he had the replica of the 60s Batman car. Yeah,
Wait, so what did this guy do for a living?
I wish I knew. I just know that he was wealthy businessman, I believe, and he started doing these Batman appearances at hospitals. And after this 2012 video, it really took off. And there's a great interview of him just explaining. It was pretty much a calling to him after that video broke. It got so many hits and attention, of course, and he just decided this is what I'm going to do. And so he'd been doing it ever since, like very strongly. So it's a huge loss. I did read today though that a lot of people are picking up where he left off. A lot of other Batman impersonators are making appearances where he was scheduled to go and stuff.
That's cool. So it's kind of like the end of The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
taking up the mantle.
Yeah, it's really sad. Yeah, what a great guy, and that's just awesome. And and he wasn't like nuts or anything. He just did this for the kids.
Oh no, yeah, he wasn't in the news because of something.
No, he didn't actually think he was Batman.
Yeah, or it wasn't anything. Yeah, he just did a lot of. I guess you could call it charity work. Of his time.
Yeah,
and I don't know about money, but and trying to make these kids happy.
So going through hell,
So that's a real shame.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, just to die on the
right.
The way he did. So,
but either way, he died a hero. Honestly, he really did. I mean, geez, he really uplifted so many kids and adults. Their families, I'm sure too, to see their loved ones smile and. Be happy for a change. That was a great gift. So yeah, he will definitely be missed as well. And I hope there's more out there like him. The more the better. We need people like that.
Yeah, life's short.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I guess if you're going to do something with your life, you might as well do something positive and noteworthy.
Exactly.
You never know when you're going to go.
We should all be so lucky to do something like that. Yeah. So yeah. Try to take it up a little bit from here.
Well,
no, I know it sucks talking about this, but yeah, we just thought it was important to mention them. They're, two big people this week who made a huge difference. So yeah, hearts with their families and everything. But moving on, we'd like to mention some Wolverine 3 news. I guess broke this week. Apparently, how do you say his name?
Liev Schreiber.
Yeah,
who played Sabretooth in was it just the last movie?
It was X-Men Origins, the one they pretty much forgot about. Yeah, because it wasn't that good.
So I guess it looks like he might return as Sabretooth for the next Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
Do you have much of any details on that? Is it just something he mentioned in an interview?
I think it was Twitter back and forth between him and Hugh Jackman.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of started everything. Everybody like speculating he's going to come back. I think it'd be a great idea. He really did bring a lot to Sabretooth. He was one of the good things from that movie, if not the only good thing from that movie. So it's just like Judi Dench. Bring what worked really well. Bring it. Don't explain. Don't worry about continuity and all that stuff. Because, they're going to ignore the X-Men Origins, I'm sure. They were like brothers in that one, so I don't know if they would totally change his character up. But yeah, he would be excellent for Wolverine to go up against. And I think, a lot of true fans want to see him battle Sabretooth, like really have a good battle with him. So yeah, I think that's I hope that's going to happen. And yeah, I guess other people have seemed to like the idea. So
yeah.
I definitely just want to see Jackman put the suit on finally. the Wolverine suit.
Oh yeah, you know what? On Twitter, we follow Hugh Jackman on Twitter. Actually, I didn't see that back and forth between him and Schreiber this week because we're too consumed with our own followers.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, he actually put that out. Well, I guess it was a couple of weeks ago now, asking like what fans wanted to see in the next movie, and I think we tweeted at him that we wanted to see him in the
suit,
in the actual suit, the yellow suit. So I'm sure he's heard that plenty of times from a lot of different people. So,
got to do it, have to.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So that would be a shame if he went however many 16 years and he never put on that suit. That's kind of ridiculous.
If they would have started X-Men today, he would have definitely worn that suit like starting out. But yeah, it was that time where they were afraid to go that far.
To make it too comic. It's the comic book shame.
Like, could you imagine Captain America back then, how they would do him? He'd probably be a black leather.
Oh, yeah. He'd be dressed like a SWAT officer.
Maybe exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I could totally see that.
He'd probably have like some black Matrix trench coat or something.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It's like, just be faithful to the source material. I mean, that's, fans keep saying that over and over. And I think that's part of why the Marvel cinematic universe is so popular, is because they tend to be more faithful than others anyway, in comparison to the source material.
Well, I think DC's catching up on that quick, because
I hope so.
I mean, they are going dark, but yeah, I mean, if you look at the costumes, holy crap, that Batman costume's like, that does not shy away from that at all.
Well, I think that's why so many people, why Man of Steel was so controversial, was because they made the Kents, or at least Pa Kent, John Kent, out to be kind of just this guy who's like, oh, hide yourself, Clark. Don't show yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be a hero. Just stay out of the limelight. Just be nothing. Just do nothing with your life. Be a crab fisherman. Be on the deadliest catch. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that either, but it's like just be a bum on the seas, on the high seas. I
think they were just going very real with that relationship, instead of the uplifting. But yeah, I think,
and they made Superman, Clark Kent and Superman. They made him more emo, and it's like he's. Yeah, I mean, I think that upset a lot of people. That's why, Man of Steel is still a really good movie. It's just that, they tried to make the character just a little different from the source material, and that just kind of upset a lot of people.
Well, I think I know why they did all that, because, Returns lacked so much. Not saying Brandon Roth was bad or anything at all. I really liked what he did with Superman. I just wish he would have had more lines. And he didn't have much to emote, really.
Yeah, he really didn't. He didn't have near as much action in the movie as Man of Steel did. I mean, Man of Steel is like they're fighting. There's an action scene like every 5 or 10 minutes, and like
they just basically were focusing on what he could do. Like, oh look, he's flying. Look, a bullet got in his eye. But
I suppose it was just clearly meant as like, okay, this is the origin story.
Yeah,
but they just never got a chance to do more.
They just gave us
as Brandon Routh anyway.
Yeah, they just they just gave us so much that we missed for so many years, and I think because they put it all in one movie, it was a lot to take, and a lot of criticism came from it. Like buildings being destroyed. When if you look at the last one, he didn't even punch anything.
Oh, you mean on the Brandon Routh one?
Yeah. So I'm thinking like that's where Warner Brothers came from. Like, they wanted to do the exact opposite. So that's what they did for us. And
I see.
Even though, a lot of it, it was kind of hard to take, but I think they're just too afraid to, kind of bridge
make it too, too happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
They think in this day and age, people are too cynical and jaded to accept that maybe.
Right. Yeah. Like, Pocket would be like, oh, I love you, Clark. Just a good relationship,
Go out there and do good, Clark.
Yeah. When in fact, if you look at a family who dealt with this in real life, I mean, that's probably what they just try to do to make it really realistic as possible and not make them that be perfect people.
To be the parent that discourages you from being more with your life because they're.
I know, yeah. I mean, there's a few issues, obviously.
I guess that does happen in real life to some people. Like they have, family members that are unsupportive of their dreams, and so that happens all the time. It's just, I guess that's.
I don't think that was their intention with Pa Kent. I think maybe the editing pulled that off more than You know what I mean? It just seemed like there was some scenes where he was, you know what I mean? He was
like the death scene where the tornado was coming through. He's like, no, don't save me. Don't show yourself as Superman.
Yeah.
Let me die.
And right when it comes, show yourself.
It's like, that would have been a great scene to have him like, oh, I've got super speed. I can save my dad.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing I have a problem with that movie is Pa Kent's death. It's just too much time to think about it. It's not like a quick thing, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and I think it was a misunderstood because I think maybe they were trying to convey that he doesn't know what all his powers are yet, and he doesn't really know.
I get that too.
He can save him.
Yeah.
And then and plus, his dad doesn't want him to show everybody that he's different. Don't rise above anything, Clark.
Even though later on in the movie, the whole town sees him. And they know who he is.
I was like, it just doesn't make. It's kind of illogical. It doesn't really.
Yeah,
I wish they could have changed that. That's one of my biggest gripes too. About that movie.
One of the things I didn't like was Lois finding out who he was, but then I understood it after they introduced
Well, she's supposed to be like this Pulitzer Prize winning
right? And she never figured it out
super
before.
Sharp.
Yeah,
and plus she fights aliens or whatever with him or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's supposed to be super smart. So it's like, I guess in this day and age, in the day and age of the internet, where everything is found out and everybody's secrets are uncovered, you could, she's supposed to be like this crack journalist, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So it did a lot of good, but there's a few problems, I guess, you could say, but I think Warner's, they're going to bring us some good stuff. I think this movie's going to be huge as Batman v Superman.
Oh, I think that's, along with, Star Wars and Captain America, the Civil War. Those are like three of the most highly anticipated movies. Coming up. So it's
gonna be a good year, a good next year. Too.
Yeah, the end of this year and into next year. It's gonna be it's huge.
I know we got
movies.
Bond coming, another Tarantino movie. Oh, it's just great times.
Great time.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of fun talking about those.
Other news this week. Apparently, they're currently filming Daredevil season 2. And they introduced a new Daredevil suit. I know a lot of people out there probably didn't get to see the first Daredevil suit. Well, actually, it would be the second Daredevil suit because the all blacks is first one, I guess you could say, if you're going to get nerdy about it, like I do sometimes. But anyway, this new suit it's pretty much looks the same as the one introduced at the end of the last season, except it's not all red anymore. It's black and red, so it kind of looks like Deadpool in a way, which I'm kind of nervous about. But I guess the lighting it'll show better. But
so I haven't seen it. So is it like drastically different from?
No, not drastically. Yeah. The structure of the suit, they just changed the color a little bit. It was all red at the end of the last season.
So he's had that guy make some alterations in in between season 1 and season 2. So.
Yeah. So they kind of basically married the first suit with the second suit. Put some black in it. So it looks good. I think it'll be fine. I'm nervous about. It does kind of look like Deadpool though. If you see it, you'll be like, that's kind of Deadpool, esque. But yeah, I welcome it. It's not horrible. And I imagine in the dark, it's going to look pretty cool, with the lighting and stuff. Cause that's basically when he comes out is at night. It's not like he's daylight. He's walking around like this,
Well, it sounds like if they're making changes this soon, it sounds like they're going to keep, with each season that passes by, they're going to make more changes to the suits probably just to keep things fresh.
And that's the comic thing. Yeah. People really like when the suits change, not that too drastically, but this isn't a drastic change. It's just a little bit of black added to it, which I think is cool. And then we got Punisher coming. There's more stills of that being filmed right now.
And I haven't really seen him in his suit really.
He doesn't have the skull or anything yet.
So maybe this season is going to be kind of his origin as well.
He'll probably put. Yeah, I imagine he'll don it towards the end of the season. I'm guessing. But he's like wearing like a bulletproof vest. So he's really a modern Punisher. But I think he'll get to the one we know. I mean, I don't see him wearing white boots or anything in the end.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
No, I don't think you'll ever see that.
No,
there's no way to explain it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, white was cheaper, so I had to buy it. I don't know, but that's gonna be really good. And I guess they just now got 1 million likes on Facebook. I think.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the 3 main cast members filmed a thank you video. I just watched before we started the cast. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, Al needs to go check it out, and Mitch needs to finish it still. So
yeah, I still haven't subscribed to Netflix.
It's really
believe it or not.
good. Oh yeah, but there's so much good in Netflix. It's like it's worth the money, I think.
Well, I could watch Comic Book Man and that, and
The Flash will be on there eventually.
Oh yeah,
and
Orange is the
Arrow.
New Black. Yeah,
Yeah, you'll have 3 seasons of Arrow this fall to watch.
Oh gosh,
So
yeah. So I don't know how I'm going to fit all that stuff in.
I know you're just going to like just go out there and pick out best of episodes and just watch those.
I guess,
something.
or take a week off of work or something.
There you go. Yeah, where are you going? Home. I got stuff to watch
and doing nothing but watching TV.
That's the spirit. What else we got? We got some Spider-Man news.
Yeah. Apparently, I saw Stan Lee post on Facebook and Twitter because Stan Lee, obviously, I don't know if it's actually Stan Lee posting on there. Who knows?
His assistant, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's been a lot in the news about that, but that's another story.
What do you think, Stan? I don't care. Just write it.
But apparently Tom Holland was spotted on the set of Captain America: Civil War in Germany, which I didn't even know they were filming in Germany. But apparently he was spotted on there. So I don't know. I guess we talked about like 2 or 3 weeks ago in one of the past episodes that he'd already finished his filming the filming of his cameo in Civil War. But maybe they're doing reshoots or something else.
It's my guess. Yeah.
So that's interesting. So I'm not sure whose side he's going to be on.
I think he's going to be Iron Man because there's a rumor he's fighting Captain America.
Yeah, spoilers. Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, well,
movie's not even out yet.
And it's just speculation. On
it's not 100%. Sure. But I read a spoiler thing, and who knows with the source, if it's true or not. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing in Germany, but I mean, I can see that being Captain America related, but I don't see that being Spider-Man unless he's on like a class trip or something.
Yeah.
They're starting to film for Spider-Man. Who knows?
So I guess we just wanted to bring that up just because we thought it was interesting that there was more Tom Holland footage being shot. Just because we thought that was over and done with. So.
Well, maybe they just it's always possible they have rewrites done and they're like, okay, we got to do this and that. So yeah, that's gonna be really cool. I'm sure it's gonna be pretty successful, and I can only imagine the movies being the same way, the new Spider-Man movies. Because
oh gosh, I really hope Marvel has more input.
They're not gonna. Oh, they do. They do
on the Sony versions of
Spider-Man. They do. Yeah, they totally.
But I just hope Sony will take it seriously because
well, we're not gonna get an Origin again, so I'm pretty sure.
Oh, good.
Pretty sure. I mean, we'll get maybe a flashback, which is cool, but yeah, I don't know if that. Who knows? I mean, I think they're just trying to get the ball rolling on Spider-Man, just have him kick some ass and move along. So but he's in high school now, so they got that drama too. It's gonna be like a John Hughes type of movie, I guess, the Spider-Man movie alone.
Yeah, and we talked about that before, probably a couple months ago. But we'll see what happens. It's interesting that he's going to be more of a kid than more than the adult version that we've been getting. It's
refreshing. At least we're not going to see like a 30-year-old playing a high school student. So
yeah.
But yeah, he looks very young. So I'm sure it's going to be great. But yeah, hats off to Marvel as always. And yeah, they just keep doing great work. So I guess all we have left is to talk about is this broke today. Some Star Trek Beyond photos leaked. They were filming a green screen scene, and finally those new uniforms were revealed. And as a Trek fan, I was kind of nervous at first when I saw them. I mean, they look pretty cool, but I guess they're just going to be their uniforms for when they're on away missions. So I hopefully they're sticking to the classic, the uniforms inspired by the 60s show. But yeah, that just broke today, and they showed some kind of alien that's going to be in it. She's got like a white face, and it looks promising.
So who's doing this again? It's not JJ.
No, it's Justin Win. I think he did Fast and Furious.
Oh, that's right, Juan or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah, I apologize.
Yeah, okay,
but
that's right. We talked about that way back on episode
we haven't
2
talked,
or 3.
Yeah, they finally released at that time when we talked about it. They released like there's like just a photo of the side of the uniform had the Star Trek logo.
I remember that now.
Yeah, so we finally get to see the uniforms. They're basically a tweak on the alternative ones we saw in the last Star Trek movie, Into Darkness, when they're like going to the Enterprise. they kind of look similar to that, but they have the Starfleet logo on them and stuff. So, yeah, I am not as concerned as I was before. I was getting pretty nervous about that. So, and it looks like, we'll still have the other uniforms. So I'm okay with it.
Do you know what the synopsis is on the story? Or?
I don't know. I think it's still pretty fresh. I mean, they're keeping it pretty secret, so you got a lot of big actors coming into it. So yeah, I look forward to it. I mean, I'm nervous. It's the third movie, so it's like, oh boy. And it's a different director, which I never really like that aspect. So yeah. So yeah, I'll bring up more news as it comes through on that. And yeah. Hopefully it'll be good.
I think so. Yeah. So I think that's all we have this week.
Yeah, pretty much. We're doing an earlier episode, so yeah.
We're releasing this, and we'll get this out probably tonight. And obviously we've got those commentaries coming up that we'll be working on Sunday. So we've got a lot of new material coming out. So yeah, we kind of had to make a short podcast this week. Mitch had to work tonight, so so he's busy, so he couldn't join us this week. But I think that's it. We'll get those commentaries out to you guys, and probably either Sunday night or Monday. Depending on time. And hope you guys enjoy those. We'll try and do the best we can, and it's only the. What is it? It's only the second, it'll be the second, third one.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah.
So,
because why not? No.
Oh yeah. So I just hope we can get this out to more and more people and they enjoy it.
Absolutely. Yep. That's our goal. So yeah, I want to get you more content. Because we know the news doesn't always. Not everyone likes the news.
Yeah. Well, and certain aspects of the news only resonate with certain people. So they might only care about Spider-Man or something, or they might only care about. The Frankenstein movie, they might not care about the rest of what we talk about. So yeah, so it's good to get other stuff out there that people might be interested in.
So yeah, that's great. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to work hard on it, and yeah, we'll get it out to you as soon as possible. So with that, I'm Josh.
And I'm Al.
Have a good one.
Okay. We'll talk to you guys later.